Trying to find Machado. Bruno doing a good job trying to cover that distance. Now, in order for Bruno to be successful, he's going to need to step to Anderson. He's not going to be able to fight from this distance. Anderson's too big. Anderson's too big for him to exchange. A little bit of, some touching on the inside. Nothing too heavy.
No, I mean, this may be an exhibition fight, but these boys are going hard, right? They're throwing them.
Well, I think the crowd is expecting these guys to go hard. They both kind of understand the assignment of a little bit of a heavier sparring session, if you will.
I've never seen so much paparazzi on the side of a ring on our right-hand side right now. Looks like all of the world's media is here to see Anderson the Spider Silva back in the ring.
Yep, and Anderson Silva here, very comfortable in his debut here in the United Arab Emirates. A 10-second warning. Silva seems to be having his way here. Dig into the body, cutting the ring off well.
Time!
And there's one round in the books. You can tell that Anderson's very comfortable out there.
No one else can
beat him. It doesn't look like he's in any kind of danger.
You can kneel down, but you can't.
There was an exchange there where I thought maybe he would have sat down on his punches a little bit more. But it's an exhibition, and they're going to go out there and show their skills, and hopefully they put on a great show.
Yeah, welcome back. The Abu Dhabi Unity Boxing event, Etihad Arena. It has just gone 1:02 a.m. here in the capital. Boys, it's a late one. It's an early one, whatever you want to call it, but we're seeing some action.
1 o'clock a.m. in the United Arab Emirates. That makes it 2 a.m. on the West Coast in Las Vegas, my hometown. 5 o'clock p.m. on the East Coast. Fight fans, you're in for a show. Round 2 coming up. And I'll tell you, we have a ton of this excitement coming to the region. Saudi Arabia putting on some of the biggest fights in the region. Prince Khalid and his organization there putting on some phenomenal fights. Fadi, you work close with Prince Khalid.
I have the honor of working with Prince Khalid bin Abdulaziz and Skill Challenge Entertainment. They brought the historical rematch between Ruiz and Anthony Joshua, Clash on the Dunes, which was event of the year by the Ring Magazine for 2019.
Big fight, and I think for the whole region, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, other neighboring countries, as they want boxing because of how exciting it is. They want combat sports, and they're willing to put on the biggest events and best events, and hopefully this is the beginning of many, many more.
Absolutely.
There's Silva again. Looks like he's just not that uncomfortable in there, walking right to Machado. No power issues there. Machado digging to the body.
Machado training out of the Cobra Gym here in Abu Dhabi. He's there nearly every single day.
You could tell Anderson's got just such heavier hands than Machado. Have no problem being in that corner, inviting Machado to come in. You see those angles. He'll get himself out, wait for Machado to open up, make him pay for it. Just a display of good boxing skills here by Anderson Silva. Oh, big right hand there by Machado. And actually, that touched him on the chin and woke up Silva a little bit. In exhibitions like this, typically guys that are a little bit more experienced, like Anderson, will go at your pace, put on a show, but if you wake them up, they're going to put you to sleep.
Okay, that's what could happen then, is it? All right. Well, I'm watching this. This is beautiful where we are ringside in Abu Dhabi Etihad Arena.
Good side shuffle there. Good movement by Anderson Silva, digging to the body. 10 seconds left. The crowd wants to see this fight open up.
Time!
2 rounds in the books. Machado, Silva. Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi.
Yep, this is it. Bruno Machado grew up idolizing Anderson Silva. Obviously Brazilian. They're both loving it. They're loving their moments right now. We're going to see this as we get into action into round number 3, as I said, and what we said, just gone into the early hours here, 1 a.m. Abu Dhabi. These fighters are still here. What I love as well, the crowd is full right now here at Etihad Arena. This is some great fighting action for a weekend in the capital.
It sure is. There you see Silva just kind of having his way, not in any kind of danger at all.
You notice, Amr, they're both not sitting down on a stool. They're both standing in their corners.
They're very comfortable. I mean, they're going through this kind of exhibition. They're going through the movements. They're kind of putting on a showcase here. As you know, one of the top teams out in Syracuse, New York, Team Andrillo, who does a lot of these kinds of things and have one of the best mixed martial arts programs. You'll see that kind of thing that Machado's doing here. MMA pedigree, turned boxer. And I'll tell you, Machado actually shows signs of the old Hector Camacho. The shorts, the movement. He doesn't quite have that little tail in the front.
Machado has been dominating the MMA scene around the Middle East as well with the UAE Warriors.
Has he?
Yeah, he's undefeated. He's actually the champ. So he's one of the greatest MMA fighters that we've got within this region as well. So he's no, he knows the big stage. He's been there.
No kidding. So, a lot of my back. Oh, there's now Anderson Silva's letting loose. Silva's letting those hands go a little bit. It looks like he might have woke up Silva. Sometimes when you touch guys like that and when they're doing the exhibition, like I said, you Silva a little bit of showmanship. When you touch guys like that and you wake them up, they're going to pick it up to that level and let you know that there is a skill difference there.
Still so quick, Silva, right? Still got it.
You aren't kidding. It's one of the things that I'm noticing here is that he's very slick. Yeah, he's very comfortable. They're switching back to a right-handed stance, switching back to his southpaw.
Well, watching him in MMA, you just never knew where the punches were coming from. He could throw them from anywhere. And again, in the ring, with sort of the same feel.
Step back.
There was, Chris, for a long time, as we come into these last 30 seconds, there was a lot of talk about the great Roy Jones Jr. matching up with Anderson Silva. And from what we're hearing is there's talks of that fight being back on the table.
Wow.
And I know both of those guys are very excited to do that fight. So you never know in the region. Perhaps Badu Jack Promotions, perhaps another promotion will pick that fight up. But it's very exciting to see. And you could tell, I mean, Silva does not look like he's past his boxing days at all. Looks like he's having a lot of fun out there.
Celebrities still all amongst us here at the Etihad Arena. Ty Dolla $ign watching ringside, out of retirement as well. Just called his retirement. Amir Khan as well watching this ringside. This is a fantastic night. As we said, I'm looking at Bruno Machado's wife right here, just ringside watching her husband. She seems like she's having a good time as well. This is just a beautiful event as we head into round number 4. Once again, the Abu Dhabi Unity boxing event. We are live from Etihad Arena, Yas Island.
We are headed into the 4th round. Front Row Promotions putting on this event. And again, as we were talking earlier, the event initially scheduled for Burj Al Arab with the unfortunate passing of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa. The country went into mourning for 3 days. The event got pushed back to the following weekend, which a sandstorm unexpectedly hit, so they moved it over to Abu Dhabi. And here we are in Etihad Arena, and what a crowd we've got on hand here for Badu Jack, Anderson Silva, and Floyd Mayweather. And what a great fight we saw, by the way.
Yeah, the female fight.
Delphine Persoon and Ilham Machado. What a great one. Tons of celebrities in the house here. We saw Amir Khan, Badu Jack, of course, sitting back down. I just saw one of the superstars, their financial advisor, Michael Alvini from Alvini and Associates. They call him Abdul Haq. One of the top financial advisors for all combat sport athletes. He's in attendance. The stars are out for this fight. There's still a little bit of showmanship.
Oh, wow. That was a nice cross. I love how Silva is utilizing his jab.
Yeah.
Step back clean, fellas.
Again, Silva's always had that boxing acumen. He's always had a good boxing IQ. It was just he was so focused in MMA. Oh, there's a good jab. When Silva wants to turn it up, he's going to turn it up. He was just, so focused on one sport at that time.
Yeah.
Now that the MMA life is behind him, he's back into boxing.
And speaking of boxing IQ, I think everyone is waiting on the boxing genius, the main event, the best ever. to do it here in Abu Dhabi.
TBE Floyd Mayweather against dangerous Don Moore coming up. But right now we are seeing a display of showmanship by Anderson the Spider Silva, who looks great out there in the squared circle. Two big boxing wins, Fadi, from Anderson Silva, knocking out Tito Ortiz in a devastating first round knockout fat win. And coming off a legitimate boxer in Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Absolutely.
He looked phenomenal in that fight, pulled off a split decision win against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who has nearly 60 professional boxing fights. That lets you know how advanced Anderson Silva's boxing is. I'm here ringside with the legendary UAE superstar Chris Fade. He's too humble to tell you that, but anybody here knows Chris Fade. He's got a phenomenal platform, and of course, the biggest boxing site in the Middle East, Boxing Arabia. Fadi is in the house as well.
What up, what up?
What up, what up? Man, that's been on cue all week long. Fadi in the house!
What up, what up?
And Amir, thank you, mate. You're royalty here as well, mate, so thank you so much.
I'm in your presence.
All right.
I appreciate that.
What have I missed? I just missed the last round. I'm back now.
I'll tell you, Silva started putting on some great boxing skills, puts on a nice show, and here we are going into round 5 of 8 of this exhibition. And you know, Silva's letting Machado know, if I wanted to sit down and get you out of here, I probably could. He's touching him with shots, and I'll tell you what, he's throwing some thunder out there now.
They've thrown a lot harder than the previous 4 rounds.
Kenny Bayless breaking him up there. Silva's fight IQ, forget about boxing and MMA, his fight IQ is so high. As you can see, when he looks, he stares Machado right through his soul. He's not even looking at him, he's looking through him. And you can see that he's very comfortable with the shots coming. There, he parries the left hand, goes with a little uppercut on the inside himself. He's okay getting hit, he's okay getting touched. He's not worried about, you know, what's coming at him. He can see this, he's been in this position before. Ooh! Beautiful left hand there by Silva.
Here we go.
Kind of pulled it at the very end. Machado going back downstairs.
Ooh. Just staring his idol right now in the ring, if you can imagine. Growing up as a kid, loving Michael Jordan, the next thing you know, you're playing one-on-one against him. This is what Bruno is right now. He's experiencing it. His idol in front of him, but he's taking him out at the same time.
I grew up loving Michael Jordan.
But you never got to play one-on-one, right?
There you go.
But you're absolutely right. Someone like Machado who came up, and as you say, Chris, you know, he's got a huge name here for himself in the Middle East. You aspire to be like fighters like Silva. And now they're sitting down, and the crowd's getting into it now. Time! All right, okay, now for the bell. Anderson Silva just clipped Machado with a huge
4,
at the bell.
5, 6, 7.
He's looking over.
Okay, now.
What a shot by the Spider. Huge right hook at the end of the round. And I'm telling you, that will let you know that the Spider is still here. He's still got the power. He's still got the IQ. And when he wants to get Machado out of there, he will.
That was
What a shot.
right on the bell. You can just see it, the right comes through.
Right over the top. Lights out for Machado. Digging downstairs, the inside right uppercut. Touch, touch, touch. Boom.
Bam. He got rocked. Good on Bruno.
Little shoe shine downstairs, bring his hands down, and let's put that right hook around the temple. Perfect shot. Perfect shot by the Spider.
You could see Bruno trying to find his feet immediately to get back up. He's lucky he's got this round now. Obviously going now into round number 6.
Well, now Machado's in a fight. Now we're going to see what Machado's made of. He's either going to come at Anderson and put all that legendary stuff aside, put all that idol stuff step aside and say, wait a second, man, you can't put me down on the canvas in front of my hometown. Or he's going to take a step back, which it looks like he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's a silent agreement to say, listen, bro, let's just have fun.
Listen, Spider's got that look in his eyes. Anderson Silva has that look in his eyes right now.
Yeah, Machado's boxing on his back foot. He's jabbing and stepping back. He just tasted the Spider's power. I'm not sure he wants any more of that. Well, I'll say all credit to him for stepping in here against this legend, knowing that there's a considerable size difference, skill difference, experience difference, and he's still in here fighting.
And he's one of the nicest guys. If you get a chance to chat with Bruno,
Oh, no kidding.
just a genuinely good guy.
I'll tell you, most fighters are. When you're around guys like Badu Jack,
Agreed.
Anderson Silva, even Floyd Mayweather, you know, you see him on TV and he talks it all, but Floyd is genuinely a very, very nice guy, a very humble man in his own right.
Agreed.
And fighters, I'll tell you, fighting makes you that way because every fighter, every single fighter at one point in their life has been humbled. And that's the difference between boxing, kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, whatever it may be. Every fighter has been humbled at one point in their career, whether it was at the gym, whether it was under the lights, whether it was in training, whatever it may be. And that's why they're able to be the people and the humans that they are outside of the ring. Well, but when that bell rings, it's a different animal.
Well said, Amir. We are here, Abu Dhabi Unity boxing event, Etihad Arena. The capital of the United Arab Emirates is lit right now. Anderson Silva, Bruno Machado ready at it. Here we go, round 6, we're back in.
Fatty, if you're Machado, what are you thinking right now?
I'm sure Machado is trying to recollect himself and thinking of fighting on the outside, utilizing the jab until he gets back from that knockdown.
Machado wants no part of fighting on the inside with Silva. He tasted that thunder last round. He's not trying to sit in there and exchange with Silva. He is going to do that from the outside just to make sure that Silva doesn't step inside. And for every step Silva takes, Machado's going to be sure to step back. 2 more rounds left, Fadi.
Yep. And then we get to the main event with Floyd Money Mayweather fighting Don Moore.
Yeah, dangerous Don Moore. Mayweather here in the ring. As Mayweather is getting ready, Silva's getting waved down. He's confident. You can just see it in his. He's ready to come out. I think he's going to finish
He's
this
having
strong.
fun.
Yeah.
Anderson's having fun. There's that knockdown again. It looks like they're going to show it again. There's a little shot. Boom! Right up top. I've had the pleasure of being around Don Moore for quite a while. Don Moore was actually training at the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas, Nevada, while he was still going through his professional career. I'll tell you, the kid comes to fight.
You'll be ready.
There's unspoken tales of the Mayweather Boxing Club and the doghouse sparring sessions, and Don Moore was a part of a lot of those.
Can't wait to see the action in this ring in less than 30 minutes time.
There's Silva, look at his bounce on his step, comfortable in there. And a lot of times fighters like Anderson Silva, they have a little bit more experience. The bounce actually lulls their opponents where they start creating a rhythm and they get them to move in their own rhythm. And that's exactly what Silva's doing. He's back to flat-footed now, and he's controlling the pace. When he's bouncing, Machado doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know whether to come in, step back, because Silva could bounce at any time. And now Silva's sitting down a little bit more. Silva wants that exchange on the inside. Machado, quick one, then stepping over, getting
Watch
out.
your heads.
Got him in the corner here.
The last time they were here didn't end well for Machado.
Work out.
Now he's back in the pocket.
Work out.
You can hear those throws, those blows.
The back row here at the Etihad Arena can hear this.
Work out.
And I'll tell you, even though we can hear that, I think Silva's still at about 40% of what he's throwing. Machado trying to show him a different look. Again, guys like Silva have seen too many of that.
Let's see what Machado's got right here.
Good
Got
jab.
Silva.
Stops him. Keeps him honest. 10 seconds left. Oh, Machado with a left hook. Might have just woke up the giant. 1 round left. Silva, Machado, a living legend in the ring in front of us, Fadi and Chris. What a sight to see.
Absolutely. You know, there's always this debate around fight fans if UFC is bigger than boxing or if boxing is bigger than UFC. What do you think, Amr?
Here's my take on this, and we have this conversation a lot.
Of course.
What the UFC has done right is there's one promoter, one network, one sanctioning body. You don't have multiple sanctioning bodies like boxing, the WBA, WBC, IBF, IBO, and WBO. You don't have multiple promoters. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather took 7 years to make.
Yeah.
They all had individual promoters. They had individual networks. What the UFC has done is put everybody in-house. If you're number 1, you're fighting number 2 for the UFC belt.
Yeah.
There's no question as to who's fighting who. That's the first point. The second point, when you go into a UFC arena and a UFC fight night, from fight number 1 until the main event, the arena's packed.
Yeah.
The fans come out because they enjoy the culture of fight night. For boxing, they don't show up until the main event.
Stop! Step back.
Well said.
Step back.
I'm getting the sweat of both these fighters on me. I don't know if you just felt that there here in the
No,
corner.
I slipped it, Chris. Okay, here comes Silva. It looks like he's going to try to put on a show here in this last round. Good body shot. I'll tell you what, Machado's clipping him with those left hooks. Oh, good inside uppercut. Yeah, Silva's going to end here with a show. You see what Silva did? When he stood up, he lulled Machado, and Machado stopped. Because Silva stopped, Machado stopped. He infected him with that. Oh, nice little short right hand there by Machado. He must not want to have done that. Silva stepping right to... And we just witnessed an absolute legend here in Anderson Silva.
Absolutely entertaining.
Very entertaining. And I'll tell you, Fadi, Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, I believe is going to happen. That's one fight that's easy to make.
Right now it might be easy, but when Terence Crawford was with Top Rank, they couldn't put that fight on. It was, again, the conflict of different promotions, different broadcasters.
Again, unfortunately, that's the one setback that boxing has.
Yeah.
Is that they can't put great fights on because of the different networks, the different promoters. But the ones that want to get fights done do get fights done. I will say that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But again, we've got 2 great combat sports in mixed martial arts and in boxing that have great promoters in the UFC and, of course, all of the top promoters in boxing that put on some great fights. And I can't wait for Saudi Arabia, for Prince Khalid leading that initiative there.
Yeah, speaking of that, Amr, there is some big news that will come out soon. It's going to be one of the biggest fights. It's going to be on the Red Sea. It's going to be in July. I can say this much.
Come on, man. You can't tease us like that.
And no. You guys will be in for a huge surprise. Another chapter of the history of boxing in the Middle East. We're only going big.
Bruno Machado and the Spider Silva.
Let's turn it up to Rambling Ralph. Look at that. That's just pure class. That is pure class.
That is fantastic.
Good job.
That was an interesting move around.
Yes.
And there's an absolute show of respect. What an amazing act. It's one part of the martial arts and combat sports that you can't put a price on.
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why boxing is called the gentleman's sport.
I'll tell you something. Yesterday, let's turn up the Chris face.
That are in the ring right now. I want to start off with Bruno, who's here. Make some noise for our superstar here in Abu Dhabi. Bruno, I spoke to you on the radio about 2 weeks ago about this. You're standing next to one of your idols. How is it 8 rounds later here in the ring?
It's very hard to fight with someone who you love. It's very hard. My inspiration comes from him all the time. So thank you so much, Anderson. Thank you for giving me that pleasure. I love you, man.
Wow.
What an emotional moment for Bruno.
You say he gives you the inspiration, everything that you needed to become the fighter that you are today?
Yes, of course. Yes. I was watching you fight. Before I started MMA, I was watching him, and I keep watching him. He keep giving me a lot of inspiration. When I fight, I try to copy him. I try to do the things that he do. So I love him.
Well, we love you here in Abu Dhabi and around the world. Please give Bruno Machado a big round of applause. Your wife and your son are here. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest of all time, make some noise, Anderson Silva. Firstly, thank you for being here in Abu Dhabi. How do you feel?
Wow, first of all, let me take my small piece. So, first of all, I need to say thank you for everybody to come watching the show. Everything's changed in the last minute, but I thank everybody involved in this show, working hard for make this for the people here in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. I'm so happy to be here again. I feel my second home here, and I need to say thank you for Bruno to give an opportunity to come here and fight with him, because he's the hero in Abu Dhabi. You know, he's an amazing fighter, MMA fighter here, and accept the fight in the last minute, and I'm so happy, you know, given the opportunity to move everything for you guys. And I need to say thank you for Bruno, for your team, because everybody working hard for make the good show for you guys. And I need to say thank you. Thank you for every single person come today. Thank you.
You were still so quick, so